Gavin Newsome is a 5-minute candidate. By that I mean when you first see him and he goes out on the stage, he has all these hand movements and his slicked hair, and he has his Abercrombie and Fitch little vest or whatever he wears, and he kind of razzle dazzles with his hands, and then he says, and he just lies. We got one of the top school systems in the world, and we're the envy of. We got the 5th largest economy in the world, and then he doesn't get into we have among the worst roads, high-speed rail fiasco, or states burning up with forest fires. We import all of our gas and oil almost. Our gas prices, electricity prices, taxes are the highest in the country. Half the whole, all that stuff comes out on minute 6. So just to take one example, when he debated Ron DeSantis for the first 5 minutes was stiff. And Gavin was roly-poly, razzle-dazzle, move, twitched, and he was Mr. Cool with his slick back hair. And he just started spouting all these lies. You're the, and then Ron DeSantis kind of had a high-pitched voice, kind of whining. He said, yes, we have half your population, and we have no income tax, and we run surpluses, and you've got twice the people we do, and you're running huge debts, and you've got the highest taxes in the nation. And then we're getting about 300,000 people a year. You're losing about 300,000. He just went on, and after about an hour, you thought, go with a guy who's telling the truth and has all the facts, and not Mr. Empty Suit. That's what he is. He's an inflatable candidate.
He sure is. Well, you got off the topic by far, which was no kings. But I just have a couple of things before we go to break. One is that the people were noticing that the dominant age group of the No Kings Rally protesters was older, and I'm not going to say the KARE.
Okay, I promise.
We're not going to.
Wrote a letter to me, a very earnest letter, that his wife was in shell shock. I'm not making fun of them. I just said that she felt that it was directed at her. So I don't know who she is, but she said that her name started with a K.
I was going to call it the 1960s generation. And can we chalk this up as another bit of damage the 1960s generation has done to our country?
Well, I went to as I said, to UC Santa Cruz. If you go to victorhanson.com, I have a whole series of reminiscences, 4 of them. But after looking at people that were 17, 18, 19 in 1971 too, and as a observer and watching the amount of drugs they ingested, the types of behavior they engaged in, the sort of sexual antics they participated in, their general conduct, I said to myself one of two things at the time, or actually my father told me, these people are either going to be dead, or if they're alive, I'm glad I'm not going to be alive. That's my father said. Because they are going to wreak havoc on the country, and they are. Because all those people that you see protesting, not all of them, but a lot of them were on campuses in the 70s, and that's where they learned that crazy behavior. And they were open to any crazy suggestion. And that's why as teachers and professors, that's where they learned it all. Places like UC Santa Cruz. And remember, this guy, Mamdani, was attacking Cuomo and saying, how many mosques have you gone to? And I've gone to all these, I've gone to all these mosques. And so is Mamdani going to be bad on religion? Yes, he's a Islamic chauvinist, and he has shady associates, to say the least. He's going to be bad economically because he's a socialist, although those who call him a communist are not smearing him, because he, in his own words, has said that he believes in seizing the means of production, which is a definition of communism by Engels, I suppose. Politically, as I said, he's going to be left-wing. Economically, if he starts bringing in food co-ops and free this and free that, the city that basically is free anyway because nobody follows the rules, they jump turnstiles and stuff. It's going to be a disaster, and you're going to see a lot of people go to Miami or Palm Beach. It's going to be sad because New York's the greatest city in the world. It's located near Washington, D.C. It's on the East Coast. It's a window to Europe, and it's the traditional financial hub of the United States. And you just can't, but if he does what he says he's going to do, there's going to be a lot of people who leave. If you're in New York and you're scared to death of this, whatever he is, communist, socialist, Mondani, then you are presented with two arguments. Number one, you can't vote for Cuomo. He's not only a real Democrat, even though he's saying he's independent, but he's obnoxious. He told everybody, if you don't want to be for abortion, then get out of New York. He said that when he was governor. He deliberately directed COVID people into rest homes where people were vulnerable, and somewhere between 10 and 14,000 people died. And it wasn't just one sexual harassment allegation. It was serial. So he's not a good guy, and he's not only not a good guy, but he looks tired, weak, anemic. He's not the Andrew Cuomo who battled Trump in the first term, like 2017. He was on TV, he was fiery, quick on his feet. He looks tired. He looks like he's confused, baffled, like, well, I woke up, I'm Rip Van Winkle. What world is this? This guy's a communist socialist. I'm Mario Cuomo's son. I'm Chris Cuomo's brother. Don't you know who I am? No, we don't. I'm sorry. The world passed you by. He looks like I think he took 10 days off the campaign, went on vacation, So that's the argument, don't vote for him. But the Silva argument is, well, I'm a conservative. I'm kind of crazy. I have a lot of things in my past I'm not happy about. They're digging out a lot of this stuff. The other part about the Cuomo is, you don't want to vote for this guy. You want to vote for Silva because he's the true conservative, and only one candidate can make it. So it has to be one. So you might as well vote for the person who reflects your view. The problem is this, that the guy who is more conservative has less of a chance to win. The guy that is abominable is not as bad as Mondami. And if you take the actual numbers of both of them, not that everybody who would vote for Silva would vote for Cuomo, but if that were to be true, he has a 4 or 5 point advantage over Mondani. And so I've never seen anything like it. If they had just said to themselves, all the conservative Democrats, all the moderate Democrats, all the Republicans, all had just gotten said, look, this guy is a nihilistic. He's satanic. Can't we get somebody like a Giuliani, or maybe if you think he's too conservative, Bloomberg? Just get one person in independent and nobody else run, and we will back him.